good afternoon. Today we are going to present to you a brief introduction and a simple introduction about a man that took our inspiration as a leader. Today we are going to talk about Winston Churchill. Me, Mohammed Al-Kahtani, and Fahad Al-Ghamdi will introduce to you this leader.
Hello everyone, my name is Fahad. In this presentation we're going to talk about the introduction about Winston Churchill life, and we're going to talk about his strengths and weaknesses about Winston Churchill, and we're going to talk about his leadership style and his speech of quote. About Winston Churchill life, Winston Churchill life talks. He was a leader, and he was a leader in the British Empire. He was a civil servant who held many positions in the government of the politics career. He was graduated from the Royal Military College. He began at the age of 25 when he was elected about the Parliament. He had a unique talent and of inspiring people even during in the bad situations in World War II. And Winston Churchill, he was born in Oxfordshire on 30th of November 1874, and he died on 14th of January 1965.
We're going to talk about some of his strengths. First of all, he articulated and compelled vision of his followers and country. He always had a vision of total victory during time of war. He never thought about losing any war. He never thought about giving up. He was a courageous leader who has never been afraid to make a decisive decision. He was always confident about his decisions. He also stood in the fight alone when France surrendered to the German Nazi. He never surrendered. He said that we can make it, we can go through this rough time. He was passionate and dedicated to the progress of his people and country, and it was his major strength. He is also a charismatic leadership style of guy. He approaches people and he adapts to compelling vision, and he focuses on always the bigger picture. Despite his strengths, we have also weaknesses. He was stubborn, attachment to his own perceptions and point of view on many occasions. He was hard to negotiate. He will always stick with his decision and his thoughts. He did not embrace participative leadership, as he didn't give room to dissenting people to challenge his assumptions. He always thought that he was the right guy. His forceful imposition of his strategy without due consideration of other people's views was one of the failures of his leadership. He never thought about other people and what are their point of views. There are arguments that Churchill became influential through his oratory skills and charisma, rather than his executive achievements. So he was an inspiring leadership, even though he was against some of his colleagues or some of his groups, political groups. He rarely involved those with contrary opinions in the decision-making process. That was the most thing that we can say about his weaknesses. He always stick with his opinion and never think about the others. We can conclude by all these weaknesses and strengths and all these backgrounds to come up with his style of leadership. We can say he's often described as being a charismatic and transformational leader. He became a charismatic leader by gaining the trust of his followers, of the the citizens of Great Britain. They always supported him, and that's how he gained their trust. And as a transformational leader, he identified the needed change. He created a vision to guide the change through inspiration, and he executed the change with the commitment of the group members.
Winston Churchill, he have a famous quote, a speech quote. He said in World War II, "We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, shall fight on the land's grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills, shall never surrender." That was the famous quote about Winston Churchill in the World War II, to never surrender to the Germans. Thank you for listening.
If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, don't hesitate to ask. We thank you for paying attention.
And thank you.
Thank you.